Okay, now we're live. I didn't play the video last week either. You know,
What?
Welcome to Sofa
Wild.
Sunday,
We're
where
being wild.
technical difficulties is part of letting go.
It's Mercury in retrograde.
Is it?
Extraordinaire.
I thought it was just the pink moon thing.
No, I think Mercury's still in retrograde, or did it stop?
I thought
We
it
had a full moon.
stopped. We had a full
Oh,
moon.
see,
I mean, there's stuff
so
happening.
many things. We are
So
not
much
in control
happening.
of those things, but we are in control of this.
Sometimes,
Kind of. Yeah.
sort of.
Control.
Control. There is no control.
And the moment I even say that, we're in trouble. So let's take
Right.
it back.
Let's say that. We'll say good morning and happy Palm Sunday for those who celebrate. Here on the sofa, we celebrate a metaphysical Palm Sunday. And I say that, you know, so here's my, gosh, I hope this doesn't sound sacrilegious, but I am Reverend Jeannie, so probably does. Anywho, I say this is when Jesus goes from hero to zero, right? Because Palm Sunday is the day they welcome him. He's the hero, right? And then Easter Sunday, well, not so much. So this is the Sunday where we get blessed, where we enjoy, where it is about welcoming in the grace and being part of.
Grace.
Oh, I love it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there
Beautiful.
you go.
I bet you're wondering what's going on here.
Yeah, why we have, because
She's so cute. She's like, well, I was too
we
excited.
we needed a redhead.
She was wondering too what was going on. We're going to tell you and her. Yeah. This is Jennifer Sheets. Welcome, Jennifer Sheets, to the sofa. She's
Thank
one
you.
of our amazing artists that's going to be at our spring concert. But she's just an amazing person anyway. So we said, just come be on the
Come
sofa.
be on the
with us.
sofa.
Again. She's been
Again.
with us before.
Yes.
And it was amazing. So this is the first time having both of us here.
No,
Or
weren't
were you
you?
with both of us last? Oh, you were with both of us last time.
Yes, so we were both
Yeah, you
here,
should.
and
No,
you
that's
were
right,
both
we were
here, and I
both
was
here.
here. Everybody was here.
Everybody was here.
Yes.
We're doing it again.
Yes.
It's
There
again.
we go. And we're here, just in case you're wondering where here is, we're here at 7220 North 16th Street, the Unleash Your Life Studios in Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. And this is where we have Sofa Sundays every week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific time currently.
Currently.
Arizona time. We don't
We do our own
change.
thing. We do our
We
own
stay the
It's
same.
the Wild West.
Yeah, it's the wild, wild west, right? And this is what I did. Exactly.
We do what we want.
We do what we want.
Yes. And
So-
this is the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington's practice and her classes, her courses, everything. She does
Yes.
it here, and she so graciously lets us use this beautiful space for our ministry. So we really appreciate that. If you want to learn more about what she does here, you can check out the unleashyourlife.us website. It's not .com, it's .us. So unleashyourlife.us website, and then all that information is on there. And I can guarantee you, you will not be wasting your time checking that out. Jeannie has been involved in a lot of her courses. She's our greatest mentor.
Yes.
One of the reasons why we sit here on the sofa. So we just want to let everybody know. And no, she doesn't pay us or ask us to say this. In fact, she gets embarrassed when we do. But
Sometimes.
we
Yeah.
still want people to know.
Yes.
I've taken some of her classes
Yeah,
as
you
well.
have too.
So powerful,
amazing.
beautiful experiences.
She's
Yeah.
speaking now a couple times a month at Unity of Phoenix.
2 times a month at Unity of Phoenix
Yeah.
on Wednesday nights.
There you
so
go.
we go to that. Dakota and I, we
Mhm.
love that over there at Unity of Phoenix. So
Nice.
we'll
Yeah.
be there again this Wednesday. So join us.
We support our community, not just our church,
Right.
and not just Sofa Sundays, but the entire community. And
Yes.
so like we love that. We love what they're doing over at Unity of Phoenix.
And a New Vision Center.
Oh my gosh, we love that.
Yes.
So
We are
everybody.
we are that support, that cheerleading church, I guess you call it. Like we've had people from both congregations be part of
I
our
know,
community.
so nice.
So we want to make sure that we support their community as well.
Right.
So like World Labyrinth Day, I'll be at New Vision Center that morning doing the finger labyrinth for those that can't walk the labyrinth.
Oh, nice.
Well, my cohort takes them through the regular labyrinth. So I'll give more information as we get closer to that.
That's awesome. I love that.
Wow. So always participate in the other ones. So.
And you do as well, because you will sing. She's an amazing singer that sings all over the valley. So you sing at many of these churches too. So-
I'm looking at Unity of Phoenix, but I've been at New Vision Center and Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living and Sun Lakes and West Valley, all over the place.
Yeah,
I love
all
that.
over.
I love that.
Prescott.
Right, we're all trying to, deliver the same messaging and to
Right.
support people the same way. So
This is a time period where anyone who can bring joy and love and light,
yeah,
we support.
And
for sure.
and I think bridges between communities is so important right now.
Yes.
Reaching out and just connecting to amplify what we're doing.
Trying to do. I agree 100%. I love that. Yeah. So anyway,
All righty, so we're gonna pray in now.
all right.
So, Reverend Michelle, you want to pray in?
I'll do it.
All
I'll
righty.
do it. Let's take a deep breath. Breathing in the sound of the chime. Releasing and letting go of this morning. Any stress, anything unlike love, joy, peace, we let it go in the exhale. We come into the recognition that there is only one. There is only one power, one life, one energy. It is God, Spirit, the divine. It is that love, joy, that peace, that connection. And we are each the perfect, unique manifestation of the one. We each bring to the world that love, that joy, that peace, that connection in our own way. And from that place of my truth, from knowing whose and who I am, I speak my word into the law this morning for the highest and best, for everyone hearing my voice and beyond, for this time together. Knowing that as we allow ourselves to be present, as we allow ourselves to laugh and share ideas, we receive what is ours to receive this morning. As we allow ourselves to be present in this moment together, we hear what is ours to hear. And we take that love, that joy, that peace, that connection within, beginning there, within ourselves. I'm so grateful for this. I'm grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful for spreading this outward. And so I let it go, and I know and trust that it's already done perfectly in the mind of God. And together we say, and
So it is. Thank you.
I'm going to move that fan. That is hot.
Hot? It can get hot.
I know.
We're
having a heat wave again.
Yes, it is. It's starting to get warm again.
Yes.
It's all right though.
Like it.
It's Phoenix. What can you do? Oh, so today's adventures for everyone is our card for today. It says each moment is a new chance to a fresh start.
Oh, I like it.
What a great message for Easter.
Right? It really is. Each moment is a new chance for a fresh start. And I started by saying about Palm Sunday and remembering the story of Jesus coming into Jerusalem on the donkey, and they're laying down the palms and calling him King of the Jews. And there was a new start actually for Jesus in that moment, because while he had been preaching throughout this time period, we are now at the end of his ministry, over that 3 years and stuff, he had started to rile up the authorities. Right? And there is a time period we're riling up the authorities. That's happening now in the world, right? The riling up is happening. And there are time periods, I think, in our lives where we go, and we were talking about this recently as well, where we go to step forth onto that green growing edge, and people are either with us or against us. We step forth onto that green growing edge, and we either push past it or stay back. So here's that thing where we look at that moment, that now moment, that chance for a fresh start. I mean, I think we've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've all had that experience where a relationship ends and now we're moving on. Whether it's through death or a breakup, or you just moved across country, didn't have a chance. Changing careers. Yes. You leave a job, right? Something ends and now we have a new start. There's always that two part of it where we have a grief of what is ending and then an excitement about what's beginning.
Very interesting. When I think about the thing that immediately comes to my mind when I think about each moment is a new chance for a fresh start. When you are looking at, I don't know how else to say this, but difficulties in life, or you come to that crossroad where something is not working and you need to make a decision of how you're going to move forward. And it's going to be, either way it's going to be hard, right? Either way it's going to be, sometimes those new beginnings come, and it's difficult to decide which way to go. And so when you look at this path and you say, well, if I go this way, this is going to happen. If I go this way, this could happen. And you have to make this choice of what's the new thing I'm going to do. I have found for myself lately that when I'm in that moment of, it's so hard to word it because it can be such a stressful moment. When you're in this moment and it's not working, whatever is happening, it's not working. And it causes me, through the process of being upset or maybe angry or whatever the emotions come up, it causes me to reset and start again. Reset, start fresh again. And so I think what's so important is about what I do is that I have so many tools already in my toolkit that when I reset to start again, I can pull from that and it helps me to move in a direction that's going to bring me to more of a life I love.
Right.
And I think sometimes people will be in this moment, and if they don't or haven't in not difficult times and regular times built a toolkit, built some practices, or been in community with other people, have a tribe, have some other resources, sometimes they choose a path that's going to keep it going, keep this. It might be, they might try something that hurts them or that makes things worse or whatever, they might, want to numb the feeling instead of let's work through the feeling. Both ways are hard, but one leads you to where you really want to be, one leads you to a good place, and one leads you to not so good of a place, So I think looking at having these fresh starts, when I have come into those moments in my life, I've just recently recognized that every time I've had one of these moments, it's caused me actually to grow and either become more spiritual or lean more on myself. And then I say, well, then that was good that happened to me, because it caused me to grow toward the way I'm trying to go anyway, even though it was hard, even though it was difficult, even though that moment maybe wasn't what I wanted in the moment. What I leaned on was, all right, I need to go back and do this practice, or I need to reach out to this friend. I need to doing those things. And sometimes, and I've done this too, sometimes you do things that aren't going to take you to the path that you want.
Sure.
And so it's when you have those moments of having that fresh start, it's like thinking to yourself, like, which fresh start do I want? Which new thing am I going to try? And is it aligned with what I'm actually wanting to create in my life? Because we have so many infinite possibilities and options and ideas, right? And if you are coming from a place of everything's hard and you're upset and you're miserable, sometimes you make decisions to start to do something else, but you're not headed in the direction that you really want to go.
Oh, yeah, because my mindset is then not in the direction.
Yeah.
So And we've all done that, right? Where we're like upset, something's not going right, and then like we're attracting from the not going right, right?
You sail
Like-
into the storm.
Right, yeah.
We just
My-
keep it going.
My friend Joyce and I call that sticking hot French fries in our eyes. It's like it really is just like
That's a
one,
visual.
yeah,
And a feeling.
yeah. It really is like like I say that and you get it,
We
right?
get it all. We get it all, right?
You understand. And so when you're at that French fry in the eye part, you're like, and then you're attracting from that. I don't know.
That's so good, though.
We were newly sober. We were crazy. What can I say? Too much coffee, I'm sure.
Probably,
Yeah. But like that concept, right? And then we say, okay, I no longer want to feel this way, right? So you tell yourself, I don't want to feel this way,
Right.
yet I don't know how to not. So there is where we have to stop. Oh, I have something for you in case you need it. Do you need that to get into my phone?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good? Okay.
No,
So-
I was just
Oh,
feeling
feeling
what
that,
you're
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
So the concept of like, I don't want to feel this way. How can I not feel this way? Now we got to get grounded, right? So that's when our practices really come into focus, right? It's like, okay, we talk about beginning within, right?
Yeah.
Prior to even our ministry, I used to take pictures, and I have pictures of my feet all over Facebook because my thing was, where are my feet? Right? Because if I'm present, where are my feet?
Can you see your toes in those
Okay.
pictures?
Yeah, generally, you can see my toes. Why, do you have a thing for toes? We'll
No,
talk later.
because toes change.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
toes
the
change
toes.
over
Change
time.
Yeah.
story.
There
It's
you
true,
go.
it's true.
Like, we have a friend who's a toe reader, don't we? But being in that moment grounded and getting out of the feeling just says, okay, right now nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happened yesterday
Yes.
or a memory
Yes.
or whatever, right now I am sitting on the sofa, my feet are planted right here, and nothing bad is happening. And I can breathe. And I can breathe again. And I can bring that in. And when I do that, now I can start to make decisions of moving forward.
Yeah, you began within, got yourself centered, and you made those decisions instead of saying, I don't want to feel this way anymore. And instead of numbing it, stopping it, avoiding it, not dealing with it, pretending it's not there, which is what so many people do, me included, I've done that. But that's not going to take you where you want to go. It might seem easier in that second,
Sure.
but it's not, because it's not taking you in the direction you want to go. At some point, you're going to have to deal with that. But if you do sit and you go, okay, wait, hold on a minute. My emotions are telling me I'm not present. True. I see it. True. See, hand up. My emotions tell me that I'm not present. I need to get myself grounded and get centered so that I can making decisions from that right place, or else I'm making wrong decisions, right? So you want to make decisions from that calm, steady place. Now, most likely, you will make choices that will move you in the direction that you actually want to go. It's very tricky, I think, in those little moments, in that moment where you have those two options there to go toward your life you love or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky. It's a tricky spot. But what you're saying is that's like your secret thing right there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm trying not to have that song playing in my head.
Which one?
It's tricky to
Oh gosh.
have the black all right. It's tricky.
It is tricky. It's tricky. You never know.
You never know what's going to
So
happen on the
funny.
sofa.
We've warned you many times.
Yes, ma'am.
She can't even talk. Now.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was thinking about, is it on?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
on. You're on.
there you go.
Okay. I was thinking about when you're having those disempowering, those dense thoughts,
Yeah.
instead of identifying them and just describing them, that you're experiencing it, as opposed to saying I am.
Yes.
So important not to say I am angry, I am whatever.
Oh, I
it
love
is.
it.
Yeah. That we're experiencing
experiencing-
it.
I'm
So-
Yes.
experiencing.
I
I'm
love
having
that.
the experience in my body of this.
Yeah.
That is a great reminder because I forget that too. I'm
Yeah.
so angry. No, I'm experiencing anger. It's not what I am. Yeah, they say everything you say after the 2 words I am is so important. I agree.
I used to get
You need this microphone.
Oh.
Hey, True, we need the microphone up here, though.
I can just lean over.
Okay.
And talking to
Talking to her booth.
yeah.
Sternum. This is the sternum area.
This is sternum.
I'm speaking right to her heart.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Something that I'm grateful for is looking back at the quantity of times I have gone through those kinds of experiences, because each time I've learned to be more patient with myself
Mm-hmm.
and not beat myself up about doing it wrong or not doing it right fast enough or whatever. And then that allows me to move through those spaces more gracefully and efficiently.
Yeah.
So while I wasn't really excited about it when I was going through them, looking back, I'm really grateful for having had so many opportunities to learn what works for me going through those moments.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so true, because it's just recently that it occurred to me that the situation that's happening is the same. I say this all the time because it is happening. That show that I said it last week about, or last time I was here, about the Morgan Freeman saying, where he says, when you pray to God to be patient, have more patience, or to be strong or be courageous or whatever, God doesn't go, oh yeah, poof, there you go, you're courageous. Like, no,
They give you the material.
God says, all right, let's run them through the sequence,
Yeah. How else are you going to be patient unless you have some place to put it,
I
right?
know, you
Yeah.
have to learn, you have to
Yeah.
go through the lesson to get
Yeah.
to become that. And it's like, nobody told me that. That is so frustrating, because I don't want to go. That process is hard to learn how to be that. But
Yeah.
every time I go through something, and then I lately I've been recognizing, like, oh, I get it now, because you know what that made me do? That forced me this, like a couple mornings ago, I got up, I said, you need to meditate, you need to visualize, you need to get your morning routine back together. You need to, and I was like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Mhm.
I see what's happening here. That situation is forcing me or causing me to move in the direction of the life I love.
Right.
And so you have to be blessed and be grateful for it.
Yeah,
Just like
there's
you're
a saying.
Because
There's
you're
a
creating
song.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're creating, yeah.
to
We're each
help ourselves.
creating it, and we're creating it together.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
what I'm experiencing is what's happening for me, but it's also what's happening for her,
Yeah, right.
and what's happening for you,
Right.
and what's happening for people I don't even know. Yeah.
It's incredible.
There's a line in a song by Denise Rosier called "All This Love," which you'll hear on
I love it.
Anyway,
You're gonna hear that song on May 8th.
May
at
8th,
the- Anyway, go ahead, Jennifer.
I love the whole song. It's exciting and it's very upbeat, but there's a line in there that I particularly love, and it says, "Thank you, struggle. You know you made me strong." And the first time I heard that, I got a little like teary-eyed. I'm like, okay, thank you, the struggle. But you know, it's so very true, and it's just beautifully worded and so succinct, just
Yeah,
right there.
instead of damning it,
Right.
thanking it,
Yeah.
you know, instead of like cursing it, thank it. Because
Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
I think you
right.
could do one
Yeah.
first and then
the
calm
other.
down and do what Jeannie said and get present.
And get present.
Don't
Yeah.
rob yourself of the experience you need to go through.
Right,
So
And
right.
So Coda and I were talking about, being newly in recovery or newly sober, and in that, all the emotions that you had been numbing for years now become present in a big, powerful way. And one of the common things around recovery rooms they'll say is like, you get to feel everything better. You get to feel anger better. You get to feel frustration better, like everything better. And, so remembering that struggle, frustration, lack of patience, whatever, these are all, like, we came here to experience the myriad of them, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
Like, it's all part of the life experience. So, I can see thanking it. Maybe not the first response.
right.
I still have that first response of, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
Right? I gave it the office. No, I don't want this, and then because I don't want to move from that space. I have learned enough in my own experience to know that when I move from that space, I am creating French fries in the eye. So I'm creating more of those things. I mean, I have so much of that experience that it's an immediate thing to say, well, Jeannie, and I know I'm talking to myself because I'm the only Jeannie there.
Yeah.
And I said, do you really want to go that direction? And I'm going to be honest. Some days I'm like, shut up. Yes, I do.
Right, right.
I feel like punishing myself right now.
Exactly.
There are time periods that I know that I feel like punishing myself because I'm having an emotional response that I feel not enough.
Like how? Like an example.
An example, if I am mad or hurt, right? Going back to the child things, right? If I'm standing in my inner child, I am disappointed because I didn't get something I want. And so it's something like that. And I know certain food products will harm me. And I will feel physically bad after consuming them. I'll still do it because that's my comfort.
Yeah.
And so not only do I get comfort food, but then I get comfort pain because I deserve it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do. Like I might get myself in a tizzy to where I'm upset, and my thinking is to go get a drink, or I might overeat. Well, you deserve to go eat whatever then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mhm.
And it's totally against what I want
Mhm.
in my life that I love, right? I don't want to eat those things because I don't want to gain the weight or I don't want to hurt my body. And so they don't line. I've chosen this path, not this path. And so now it's like the process in my mind goes to, yeah, we could go do that. You want to do that? Is that going to take you toward the life you want? It's the easier path when I'm in that mode. It's easy, accessible. I can go grab that. It's like, so, and I feel kind of ornery and it's like, whatever. But that other part of me goes, is that really what you want? Because that when you go there, we know what that path leads to. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel good at the end, and you're still going to have to course correct because it's still going to have to be this whole thing. Or I can fight through it and make myself do the things I know I should be doing instead that lead to the path I actually want to be on.
Right.
And it's a struggle. It's a fight in my own self within which path gets to win for that moment. And sometimes it's a pity party, and sometimes it's it's taking some self-care and it depends.
That orneriness feels a little bit like, well, I'll show them, except that it's like, well, I'll show me.
I'll show me.
Dang it.
Yeah. I'll show me what I mean.
Like, it's like the edgy, prickly, like,
exactly.
This whole thing and drive your car.
Exactly.
That whole, but that doesn't align with the vision I have of myself.
No, that's why I try to make that happen with nobody else witnessing it. Like, really, I mean, sometimes Dakota is there.
Oh, Dakota.
Sometimes Dakota sees it. But I mean, I really do try not to even allow Dakota to see that part of me, emotionally, because I know it's not who I am. And I know it's not who I want to be.
Yeah.
So for me, when I do that, it really is, I'll show me. It's like this little kid that wants.
It is the child.
Yeah, that
it's
wants
the
to have that
tantrum
fit.
Child. Because I was a temper tantruming child when I was little.
As an adult.
And you go into that and you just want to bang around and whatever. But that's the child in you. Using skills that the child used because it didn't understand any other way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A small child doesn't understand how to communicate those emotions any other way than throwing a temper tantrum. I can remember my mother putting me in my bedroom for something I had done wrong, but I didn't do it. And I couldn't prove it, and she didn't believe me. And I can remember being in the room, and I did I'll show.
Yeah.
And I took a pen, and I destroyed every book on my shelf, books I loved.
Oh.
And I colored them, ripped them. And I can remember doing this. Like it's so in me because I did that. And then a few minutes later, she came in the room and she says, Michelle, I'm so sorry. What are you doing? And she had found out that it wasn't me. And she had come in and I'd already had my temper tantrum. And then where did that take me?
Right.
I destroyed books that I loved. Like there were books I loved in there. So it wasn't, she was upset because of the whatever, but I hurt myself.
Right.
But that girl is there. That part of me is there. And that's what I have, even as an adult, my husband probably can tell you, I have a hard time being accused of something or being somebody thinking I did something that I didn't do. It is a trigger for me so fast.
Is there something that you try to use to capture yourself, get ahead of yourself when that happens?
I don't know. I know it's a trigger. And then I find myself being defensive and trying to prove it to where it looks like I'm guilty because I'm doing this. But like, I have such an anxiety because it happened a lot between my sister and I, my mother thinking things were me. And over time she realized like, okay, it's not Michelle. It is
Finally.
Michelle. We're going to figure this out. But when you are accused of something you didn't do and you get punished for it, they can go ahead and discover later and say they're sorry, but I still got punished. You can't take that back. That time in my room, she couldn't take that back. I still got in trouble, right? So that girl is stuck in there inside me. And so when anything feels like that, she wants to throw a temper tantrum. And I forgot about that until you said the temper tantrum. But that is the inner child wanting to be like, this whole thing, right? It's like, man, this inner child work. It's a lot. And it
really
takes over
is.
before you don't even
know
it.
it.
Switches so fast. And I've had the inner child run my life for so long, like they can run your life for months, for years before you go, wait, what's happening? Hold on a minute. Who's running this show? Wait a minute.
You are not old enough to be driving. Get out of the driver's seat.
Oh, I love that.
I think one of the gifts of going through these things and being willing to learn from them is like, we understand that it's important to go through the feelings, right? Grief or disappointment or whatever, which is also grief.
Yeah.
But without doing it in a way that hurts ourselves, right? But we've got to I think what feels true to me, we've got to go through them to get to that new start.
Yes.
To get to that fresh start.
Love it.
And the more we put that off, the longer it takes us to get to the fresh start. So the trick, right, is to figure out how to do it without hurting ourselves worse or the people around us. And I get triggered the same way. Like somebody even asks me, hey, did you do this? If it's something that I wouldn't have wanted to have done, I get hot, I get nervous. It's like if I was on a lie detector test, I would fail because my body reacts
I know, it's so hard.
the accusation, even though I didn't do it.
Right.
It's terrible.
It's off. Are
Still
you a
working on that
firstborn?
one. No, I'm a secondborn. It was
So
just two of us.
I'm a firstborn, so I didn't know. That's very hard.
I used to blame the
Very
second born.
stressful. Yeah, well.
Yeah,
I got
that was my
just
second
thinking
born.
about it. I'm like all watered down
Yeah,
over here.
I can feel it in my stomach, the sickly
Yeah.
feeling in my stomach of that. And the whole issue with that is that at that age, I must have been around 7 years old because I know what house we were in. At that age, what skills did I have of running or dealing with those emotions? I hadn't been through any of my spiritual work. I didn't understand anything about begin within and the whole thing, whatever. I didn't know any of that. I did what I thought at the moment, right? So as a 55-year-old adult, do I want that child to take control of my life, to flip a switch and have it run my life and throw temper tantrums and do whatever? It's like, no, I don't want her to do
You're
that.
not old enough to drive.
You're not old enough to
I
drive.
want to drive. I
Yeah.
know I've had all the
Exactly.
training and all this stuff. I know what to do. So what Jeannie is saying is so important. It's like, yes, that inner child is going to take over. They're fast. They move fast. They're fast. And a lot of us have multiples. So I have the 4-year-old, I have the 7-year-old, I have the 13-year-old, I have multiples, and whichever one.
And any grandparent knows if you go to chase a child, they only run faster.
Yes, thank you. That's for
And
sure.
I don't have that
That's
anymore.
for sure. So if you can just put your feet down and you can say to yourself, where am I right now, though?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for trying to protect me and take care of me, whatever. Hold on a second. Where am I right now, though? And you pull yourself into the present moment and you ground yourself and you get where there is nothing going on and you remind yourself nothing's happening to you right now. Thank you so much for being wanting to help me, inner selves or inner children. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. And you will get that control back.
Yeah.
And now you will move forward from this adult person who has learned
A driver's
know the
license.
things. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
So that's the big
Yeah.
trick, is what you're saying. Is like, yes, we're going to move through this, but how? Like, where do I move through and then ground? Like, get into where you're in the driver's seat, not these small children.
Well, it's
Don't
funny
know what
that
to do. Do you
we
have
talk
it?
about this
I
because
love
you know
it.
Ernest
I know
has
that
some.
guy. Oh,
Ernest Holmes has some information from the Science of Mind textbook that actually talks about this.
I love it.
So we have on page 403, all conditions and every circumstance is the nature of effects and can in no way limit mind, capital M, unless we take them as a fresh starting point for a creative pattern. The thought that any given condition is a thing of itself tends to make it appear to be a thing of itself. So again, if we're giving it 403 down at the bottom, if we're giving attention to it, that's what makes it be a thing.
Yes.
Reverse the thought, and the condition tends to become reversed. Now we turn the page, and the law can know no conditions as such. It knows form, but not size. Outline is a real, but limitation is unreal to the mind. In the absolute, nothing depends on anything but ideas. Ideas are form, condition, circumstance, cause and effect, and everything that happens between cause and effect. This is what a treatment or prayer is. It is the thing of itself if we know that it is. It is what we know it to be. And then he quotes the Bible here. Fear not, little flock. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Amen.
And I think about that line in particular because everything that we ever wanted is already here, already exists.
Yes.
It already is. There is nothing being held back from us. No money, no, relationship, no love, no joy, no peace, right? Nothing is being held away from us. It is us who is looking and creating and digging and revealing and all the things we do to bring stuff to us.
Mhm.
So, it's not like God saying, oh, go get your metal detector and I'll let you see wealth or health or, go figure it out. No, it's already here. We're the ones that are opening to be aware and receive.
I love that. Yeah, exactly. Where it was saying thoughts of abundance manifest as success, and happiness, failure, and success are but two ends of one stick.
Yes.
Yeah, that hurts my head a little bit. It's a little bit of pain there.
He does tend to say the same thing in different ways.
I love it
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. So it's very much wanting to know that everything, like I love that, all conditions and every circumstance is of the nature of effects.
Yes.
And in no way limit mind.
Unless we take them as a fresh starting point for a creative pattern.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So,
Let's see this
yeah.
picture.
Did you want her?
And no, I know we're going to get to this a little bit later, but the song that I chose to sing today, I wasn't really sure why it just kept feeling like it was the one. I should know better by now.
Right? There you go.
Anyway. And I'll say this again as I'm getting ready, so it's connected to the song. But this passage right here, fear not, little flock. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I'll bring it back up again before I sing and tell you why it just came up for me to be all choked up and misty.
Oh, I love it.
I'm excited to see these lyrics that I've been singing for years in a brand new way right now, this moment, sitting here talking to you about this.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
I think she
Yeah,
should
that's
introduce this song.
Yeah,
and sing
I mean, we're at that point.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
I'd like
right?
to hear it.
Okay.
So I'd
I'm
like to
gonna
hear what you
get
have to
some
say
water.
about it.
All right. You
Oh my
get
gosh,
some water.
What a great
and
segue. I love it.
Yeah, I love that. Are you going to introduce it here or there? Because
I'll go over to the studio.
Oh, right. So
Yes.
then
She's gonna
let
move
me
over to
bring
the-
the studio on.
We are fancy now.
Yeah, we're stage.
Rose blessing.
I know.
I love it.
So I do too. And, oh, let me get rid of the other one. Hang on. That way we're all there again. Okay, we're all here
Alright.
again. So hopefully we figured all that out. And we were
Beautiful morning.
being technical and everything.
We're fancy today.
True
A little
stuff.
fancy on.
Oh yeah, you can log out now. And I am so grateful. I'm grateful for this time.
Oh, you know what we didn't do?
What didn't we do?
I want to bless you. Oh wait, I need a different rose for.
Yeah.
Get here. 2
There.
roses.
There you go. Okay, get ready for your rose blessing.
Take one too.
Thank you. All right.
Almost forgot about everybody else.
Yes, you need to be
I just want
blessed.
to bless you so
We
much.
bless
We
you.
love you.
And that you are guided, guarded, and protected
Yes.
through everything.
Mwah.
Mwah!
Love you.
There you go.
I'll put this right here for you, just so you can
Perfect.
grab it.
So don't forget to take
Don't
it
forget
with
to
you.
take your rose.
What a wonderful time.
What a beautiful morning.
A beautiful morning. And thank you so much for blessing us with your presence
Oh my gosh.
and your song and your voice. And I cannot wait till May 8th when we
I know.
do it all
So
together.
excited.
I know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
happy.
So happy.
Yes.
Thank you so
Jennifer,
much for
being
having
here.
me. It's
Yeah.
always a beautiful experience to be with
You can always
all
come
of
be
you.
on this sofa, my
Yeah.
friend. Always.
All right, you wanna ding me and
I'll ding it.
pray us out?
Hand me the.
Oh yeah, I'll hang you the jinger.
Well, we were both trying not to say. So like, can you hand me the? Will you hand me?
So knowing in this joy, in this moment, in this blessed state, where my feet are, right here, right now, that each and every person within the sound of my voice and beyond is blessed. That there is only one life, one spirit, one breath, one heartbeat, one divine essence that is. And we are that. And for this, I am so grateful. I'm grateful for this time together, for each and every person here now and those who watch us later. Grateful that as we go into this new start of this new spring season, knowing that we are here to give God a good time. For that, I say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, universe. I call it good, and together we say, and so it is.
Yay.
Yay! So please go. I'm like my little thing's all messed up here. Please go to beginwithinministries.com, and there you can join us as a spiritual church club partner for $45 a month, or as a couple or family for $75 a month. That's quite a savings. $15 per person.
We're a bargain.
Or if you're a family of 3, it's almost like getting one free. And you can also go, again, to beginwithinministries.com to purchase our tickets. $30 for a concert like you've never experienced. And why do I say that? Because we've never done it before. So I know you haven't experienced it before. Neither have we. So join us there May 8th. It's a Thursday. 5:30 is the meet and greet with the artist. 6:30 the concert starts. It's an amazing space. There's not a bad seat in the house.
No.
Not at all. However, get your seat. So join us there. And what else?
Well, I was going to say, if you are out there, a lot of you that are local, some of you don't even have a home church now, maybe, or if you do have a home church and you watch us online or you watch us later, this is still a great way to connect with other like-minded individuals. We are starting at 5:30, so there's a meet and greet. You can meet all the artists. A lot of them have their own merchandise, their own music. Jeannie and I will be there also. We'd love to see and hug everybody. So this is a great moment of connection. And then, of course, what other way is better than music to connect with each other? There's going to be 5 different acts performing. Is that my correct? 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4.
Mhm.
5 different acts performing. We've got Cerise Patron. We, of course, have Jennifer Sheets. We've got Marcy Baruch. We've got Sisters in Spirit. No, there's 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there's 2 of us together.
Yes, 2 of you together.
Well,
That's
and then
right.
we can count the 5th one being the Reverend
Yeah.
Jamie Sovereign.
Right.
So you
I'm
know
an
there's
act
something
in
else
itself.
going on.
You know.
But if you're looking for that, if you're looking for connection and community and to just see some people maybe you haven't seen for a while, or a way to just have some joy and more fun in your life, this is one of the ways that you can do that is by coming to this concert. So you can very easily purchase those tickets for $30 on our website. You just go to the events page on our website at www.beginwithinministries.com. You can also become a spiritual church club partner, and that gets you that ticket for free. And you also get to pick your seat. So this is a great opportunity to support what we're doing out here in the world, but also to support yourself and maybe just get a little more connected, because I know ever since COVID and this and that and the other thing, a lot of us out here are just trying to form our communities and
Yes.
to be connected. So you don't have to come to this church to come. You can go to any church and still go to this event.
You don't even have to go to
It's easy.
church.
Exactly. If you're looking for that connection, this is an event for you. I promise you, you will leave there feeling inspired and empowered and just full
And
of
not
love
like
and
there's
joy.
a French fry in your eye.
Yeah, we will not have
No French
there.
fries.
Yeah, no
So
French fries there. But everybody gets a swag bag. You know, we're going to have some lyrics from Littles by Lyrics, so little cookie bags in there that she's going to make for the concert, and any of the artists will probably put their little things in there. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an event to remember, and to it's just the first of many. So we invite you to join us and support us in that way. We would love to see you there.
we would.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here today.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Don't
So
forget
today
your rose. Don't
it's
forget
a-
your rose.
it's a rose.
Your rose.
we usually do a mug shot, but we're gonna
Oh,
do
we're
a
gonna
rose shot.
So
Over here, ladies, too. Thank you.
thank you. All right.
Did you get a rose
Oh,
shot?
another
Matt?
one over here.
All right. We love you.
all.
See you next
Thank
week.
you, Rose. Have a great
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.